This story is actually insane. Like, genuinely one of those stories that makes you sit back, blink twice, and ask yourself, did they really just say that? Picture this: two parents living in a cramped motel room with five kids, casually admitting that they use something every single day. Not once in a while, every single day.
My opinion, allegedly, that Drew and Stephanie from the Resilient Jenkins are back in active addiction, and that is where the money went. That is why they're being evicted. They didn't pay. They're being evicted for failure to pay their rent. That's why they didn't pay their rent. That's why, like, they're acting the way they are.
And not only do they admit it, they talk about it like it's their version of self care. I mean, who does that? And the scariest part, their kids are right there, caught in the middle of it all. It's the kind of confession that doesn't just make headlines, it makes your stomach drop. Because when parents start normalizing something that dangerous, you can almost see the path they're heading down. And if that sounds dramatic, wait until you hear how they justify it. Stephanie and Drew have reached a level of delusion that feels like watching a slow disaster unravel in real time. And the ones who will pay the ultimate price? Their children. Let's rewind for a second and really break down how we got here. Stephanie Jenkins, known online as Resilient Jenkins, and her partner Drew have basically turned their entire lives into an open diary for the internet. Every emotion, every fight, every breakdown recorded, uploaded, and streamed. What started as a relatable peek into young parenthood has spiraled into something far darker. The kind of content that leaves viewers uncomfortable, unsure whether they are watching reality or cry for help. In one of her recent videos, Stephanie made a confession so casual it sent shockwaves across her audience. She admitted to gardening every day. Now, if you've been following her for a while, you know gardening is her coded way of talking about substance use. She dropped the confession mid-vlog while shopping for diapers, no less. Her sister had just FaceTimed her after nearly 2 years of silence, and Stephanie said her sister looked shocked at how rough she looked. Her face, her energy, everything seemed off. And Stephanie laughed it off, saying, "Well, I look like this because I garden every day."
Because my sister FaceTimed me while I was in the store, and this is like, I'm telling y'all, me and my sister haven't seen each other for like almost a year and a half now. It's been a while. And I guess y'all are right. I just have gotten that fucking rough in this amount of time because my sister was like, "Oh, whoa, yo, you okay?" Love you too. Like, yeah, sis, it's been fucking rough. And I think the difference between you and I when it comes to how we're aging is you haven't been smoking like I have. So blessings. Don't even think you look the same, because you be telling me you're aging and you're not, sis. You're definitely not like me. That's fun. I fucking look like 10 years older than my older sister. Fuck off that.
You guys, imagine being so desensitized to your own addiction that you can laugh about it in a public video. She knows what it's doing to her. She's even admitted that her health has changed, but she's not stopping. That's the thing about addiction. It convinces you you're still in control long after you've lost it. And she tries to justify it by saying other people do it too. But those other people probably aren't struggling to feed five kids or living out of motels. This isn't just carelessness, it is neglect wrapped in denial. And here's where things get even more disturbing. Drew, yes, the same Drew who always tries to act like the calm one, the logical one, literally admitted out loud on live that they spend $8 a day on their so-called gardening. And he said it with a weird sense of confidence, like he was explaining a grocery budget.
So Drew and Stephanie have admitted how much money they're spending on gardening every single month, and it is a topic of conversation. So Drew on a live said that they spend about $30 every couple of days. So let's just take half the month. That 15 days out of the month that they are spending on gardening, we are talking about $450, and that's being lenient. A lot of people were saying it's probably more often than they're leading on. When discussing gardening, I feel like it's such a hot topic because a lot of creators are like, while I don't judge gardening, okay, I'm going to put a pause on that. I'm judging. I'm not judging for people who have the extra spending capabilities, but I'm absolutely judging when they don't have that. In addition, I'm judging because they live in a 1-bedroom motel and they have one vehicle. So if they are gardening like they say they are, and she often has talked about going out to the car to do it, damn good and well that their children are being sent to school smelling like it. And I personally have an issue with that. I don't care if adults choose to do what adults can do. I know it's legal. They live in Oregon. They can do whatever the hell they want to do, but not in this predicament. And I think that it is totally fine for people to judge not only the act itself, but the fact that they're making their kids go to school smelling the way that they do, in addition to all the other smells and scents that those kids are probably going to school with. And I know it has been said multiple times that the children probably stink. They probably smell when they go to school, and that breaks my heart. As if what they're dealing with isn't enough, they just always have to smell smoke and reek of their gardening habits. But in addition, we're talking about $450. You have Stephanie's video here talking about the devastating news that people might be losing their SNAP benefits come next month. It is a huge issue, and it is something that we should be talking about. But I do not believe that she should be talking about it when you are recklessly spending $450, if not more, on your own habits. What are you doing for your own children? You're not spending $450 on your children a month, but you're spending it on something that you and Drew need to just get through the hard times. There is nothing in this woman and in this man's mind, body, and soul that want to get them out of that motel, and you cannot convince me otherwise. Such a broken record at this point, and honestly, I've pulled back talking about it because it's never ending. It's just one of those things when you see her pop up and she's crying about a very, very serious issue, yet you have the means to change a lot and you choose not to. It's fucking infuriating.
I remember watching that and thinking, wait, $8 every single day? He wasn't embarrassed, not even close. He was sitting there justifying it like it was a normal part of their daily expenses, almost proud that it wasn't more expensive. Like, see, we're being responsible addicts. And I'm just sitting there thinking, no, because $8 a day adds up. He even told his followers to do the math. $8 times 30 days, it's not that bad. And literally paused for a second and said, Drew, please. That's $240 a month. Money that could have gone toward their kids' shoes, groceries, school, stuff, anything. And instead of vanishing into smog, the lack of self-awareness is almost chilling. Like, they're surrounded by unpaid bills, clothes everywhere, 5 kids needing things, and somehow they still think it's manageable. It's like they've built a whole world where this kind of spending makes sense. And you can tell by the way they defend it. They don't see the problem at all. Drew said it's not that much, but if you're living paycheck to paycheck, that money is everything. I'm sitting there thinking about diapers, school lunches, even just gas money. Meanwhile, they're acting like $8 is pocket change. And then you look at their life, the motel, the constant live streams, the tension, and you realize this is what addiction looks like when you've convinced yourself it's functional. And speaking of unraveling, let's talk about that live. Because one night, Drew just snapped. Completely lost it over paper. Like literally paper. He was pacing, shouting, swearing, and you could feel the anger pulsing through the screen. Stephanie tried to calm him down like she always does, but he was gone, completely out of control.
Tangent. That's not what my life's about. Hold on.
It's also not about drama and conflict. He doesn't really bring up that kind of stuff because he just doesn't bring up conflict. It's not like that. Drop it. You
Oh,
got it.
shit.
Good job, baby.
Who left the pepper open like that?
I told you it's broken. I told you yesterday.
Now I gotta fix this goddamn shit.
Hey, it's okay.
No, it's not fucking okay, bro. This needs to be put in a different container or something. Excuse me?
I was gonna try to help you, but
Where's my fucking spatula, bro? I gotta try to fucking fix these eggs, bro. That shit, can we fix that? Or this is not fucking ruining food? Cause I'm just trying to cook. I'm not
I
expecting.
know, but I'm not sure what other container I'm gonna put that in. Like, I guess I
We
could
got
put it
baby food containers. We got 1,000 of them things, and I don't know why.
I don't know. Why you be like that? I didn't do nothing.
I didn't say you did anything. I'm just talking.
And I sat there thinking, if this is what happens over paper, what happens when it's something bigger? What happens when the stress isn't about seasoning, but about money or the kids or life? That thought gives me actual chills. But Drew isn't the only one showing signs that something's off. Stephanie's behavior has been screaming for help too. There was this one Facebook video. Oh my gosh, you guys, it was uncomfortable to watch. She was rambling about her forehead wrinkles, saying they move even when she's relaxed. Like her face was betraying her. She said Drew told her to relax her forehead and she laughed it off, but her whole demeanor was off. You know, when someone tries to act casual, but you can feel the chaos underneath? That was her. She looked jittery, distracted, almost manic. Her words kept spiraling. She'd start on one topic and then veer off into another, like she couldn't help keep her thoughts anchored. People in the comments noticed right away. They were like, "Girl, are you okay?" Some even said she seemed high on something much stronger than just gardening. And honestly, watching that clip, you couldn't really disagree. It wasn't just her eyes, it was her entire energy, the slurred rhythm of her sentences, the random tangents, like she was fighting to stay grounded in her own video. And then things took a turn that no one could ignore. During one of Drew's live streams, Stephanie kept making those suspicious washroom trips. She'd grab her bag, clutched tight like it had her entire world inside, walk into the bathroom for barely 30 seconds, and then come out looking completely different. Her eyes wide, her energy buzzing, talking too fast, moving too quickly, and then, like clockwork, she'd do it again, over and over. Even the viewers noticed. The chat lit up with comments, people asking what was she doing, pointing out how off she seemed. And the worst part, she did not even try to hide it.
Stephanie Jenkins, what were you doing in the restroom? What were you doing in the restroom in the live that Drew Jenkins was on, and you went to the restroom a few times with your bag? Who wears their bag when they're inside their own house? That is so off. Like, eventually you'll wear it and then you'll put it down, right? Right? Because your house should be safe. But it's CB behavior. It rhymes with whack and it rhymes with bed. Whackhead behavior. That you're carrying your purse everywhere you go and then your eyes look all glazed over. Now, if it barks like a dog, if it squeals like a pig, it's a pig. Like, if you have all the symptoms of acting like a rug head, chances are you probably are. Like, I wonder if this is rage bait. I wonder if she's just doing it to, like, get us to talk about her because she knows that we're, like, really concerned for her kids. And, like, if she's doing it, awful. But then she's asking for money while she admits that she is a gardener. And she's asking for money. Drew's like, I don't have enough money to buy them shoes and buy them this and that. He's planting them seeds, guys. He's planting seeds so that he can put out a wish list to ask for more stuff, as they do every Christmas. I mean,
if she can't resist during a live stream, what happens off camera? If this is her controlled version, imagine what the unfiltered version looks like. It is horrifying to think about, especially when there are 5 innocent kids in that same space. And CPS silent. Maybe they haven't seen it. Maybe they have, but there is not enough proof yet. But if this doesn't raise red flags, what will? It's like everyone's waiting for the situation to explode before taking action. Now, let's talk about money again, because that part alone paints a full picture of what's going wrong. Stephanie posted another shopping vlog, and as usual, she ended up ranting in her car afterward. She said Drew got angry because she spent $100 at the store, $100 on essentials, not luxuries, not gifts, basics. She even said she wanted to treat the kids to a spooky movie night, but she couldn't because Drew would be mad. And the irony, he's totally fine spending $8 a day on substances.
I already know Drew's gonna be like, really? $100? Y'all, it's not my fault. It's so fucking it makes my stomach turn because, like, I just wanted to go in there and I really wanted to get stuff to do, like a spooky movie night with my kids. And I guess I'm going to try to see what I can do at the dollar store because I got the basics of what we fucking just needed.
Go $8 times 30 and see how much that is. Can someone do that for me? Can someone go $8 times 30 days and see how much that is for me real quick? 240. That's how much people spend on coffee a month. It's 240. What's the?
That is a $56 a week. That is $2,900 a year. Yet he gets furious over $100 spent on groceries. It's twisted logic, and she just accepts it. And the hypocrisy doesn't stop there. Stephanie even made a follow-up video demanding Drew, calling him careful with the money. She captioned it, "I appreciate when Drew gets anxious about money being spent, but that's not carefulness, it is control, especially when it's not even his income funding the family." Drew's part-time job wages are garnished for child support, meaning the household runs on Stephanie's social media earnings. So why does he dictate what's bought? Why are the kids punished while he gets new gaming controllers, a chair, and a PlayStation setup? It's like they've built a hierarchy where addiction and pleasure come first and the kids' needs come last. By now, it's clear that their entire financial structure is collapsing. Stephanie admitted they pay $700 a week for the motel room. Yes, a week. Multiply that by 4 weeks, and that's $2,800 a month. Add $240 for their daily habit, and we're at $3,040 gone every single month. $3,000 with nothing to show for it. No apartment, no savings, no security, just chaos on repeat. And then she wonders why she can't get brand deals. She blames the haters, saying people's negative comments are why she doesn't get opportunities. But it's not the audience, it's the optics. No brand wants to sponsor someone who broadcasts instability, addiction, and neglect to thousands of viewers. She wants to move out, wants to give her kids a better life, but she keeps repeating the same choices that keep her trapped. It's like she's stuck in this loop of self-sabotage and denial. And you can tell it's not just about money, it's about mindset, because even when she's talking about wanting to improve, her priorities never change. She'll cry about not having enough for the kids, but then spend the next day gardening. She'll talk about mental health while ignoring her own. She'll talk about growth but never follow through. It's painful to watch because you can see she knows better, but the addiction has taken over completely. When you really think about it, it's just heartbreaking. These kids did not ask for this. They deserve stability, structure, love that isn't interrupted by substances or live streams. But instead, they're stuck watching two adults spiral, learning chaos as normal, instability as love. Stephanie and Drew keep convincing themselves they're managing, but anyone watching can tell they're barely holding it together. And every day that goes by, the damage only deepens. It makes you wonder, where is the line? How much evidence does it take for intervention? And if we, as viewers, can spot the warning signs through a screen, what are the professionals missing? Maybe CPS haven't acted because they are overwhelmed, or maybe they're giving them the benefit of the doubt. But with this much on display, benefit of the doubt feels like a dangerous gamble. Because think about it, if they're comfortable enough to admit all of this online, what is happening offline? If they're snapping, ranting, and spiraling on camera, what happens when the stress hits privately? The idea alone sends chills down your spine. So now we're left with one big haunting question. Are these kids truly safe, or are we all just watching a slow unraveling that ends in a heartbreak? Because at this point, it's not about internet drama, it's about real lives, real children who don't have the luxury to walk away when the live stream ends. It's easy to judge from the outside, but what's happening here goes deeper than bad choices. It is a pattern of neglect wrapped in denial. Stephanie and Drew might see themselves as victims of haters, but in reality, they are the architects of their own downfall. And unless someone steps in, that motel won't just be their home, it will be their trap. What do you guys think? Because honestly, this story sits heavy. It is one of those cases that makes you wonder how far people can fall when no one holds them accountable. Let me know your thoughts down below and stay tuned, because something tells me this story is only getting darker from here.